So let's start our class by learning what vision mixing is. To describe it in a sentence, it is the process of taking numerous live video sources, selecting between them, adding effects, and compositing video layers to produce a refined output of an event or show. Let's look at this as some examples of things you've probably already seen. If you are watching a sporting event on television, you would see different camera angles to give you the best shot of the action. You would see titles with the player's name or the scores of the event going on. You might see pre-recorded video clips of interviews with the players. You would see instant replay of other events that have happened. All of these are the process of vision mixing used to put together a sporting event that you would watch on television or online. Or a news program. Again, multiple camera angles to pull up the different parts of the news program, the different anchors, a different camera angle for the weather, pre-recorded video clips being played back of news packages, titles being put on the screen, all being output to the audience. And one last example could be a town hall meeting. You can see it involves very much the same concepts. In this case, you would have different people who are speaking, different camera angles being selected. You might be putting titles up of the different speakers' names, then streaming this out over the internet or recording it for people to watch later. And this only touches the type of events you could do with vision mixing. Concerts, speaking engagements, sermons, training, live events, virtually anything that is a live production that you want to capture, output, and record can benefit from a vision mixing workflow. Now, you might hear the term vision mixing, but for some of you, this might not be a common term. And overall, the workflow of vision mixing can go by a few different names. So in much of the world, it's called vision mixing. But in some regions of the world, it might be called video switching. So these terms can be used interchangeably just depending upon where you might live. Occasionally, it might be called production switching. Some people use this term as well. So if you hear any of these terms, they're all describing the same thing. And as goes along with that, the equipment which produces your vision mixing event can go by different names as well. It could be called a vision mixer. It could be called a switcher or a video switcher, or a production switcher. So again, all these terms are referring to the same piece of gear producing this live vision mixing output. Now, there is other terminology that you will hear in this class, and I want to hit a few of these, but below you'll find all of these terms and some additional ones, so please check them out, because as with any workflow, there does become an entire set of terminology used to describe things, and this will make it easier to understand why a certain term is being used or what somebody's talking about when they use that term. So the TD, or the technical director, this is the person who would operate the vision mixing system. So you can think of it as the operator, but typically they'll be called the technical director. There is a function called a DSK, or a downstream keyer. This is used to overlay graphics on the output of the vision mixer output. This is because it used to be that a vision mixer only did the switching of signals, and if you wanted to overlay graphics or other signals, that was done after the vision mixing or downstream in the process. Now this has all been incorporated together, but the term of downstream is still being used. Fade to black, this is the ability to fade your video signal into or out of a black video channel. This often also includes the audio going to silence at the same time. So even though it's being thought of as black for video, you're also getting silence for audio. You might often hear a term with vision mixers or video switchers called MEs. This stands for mix effect. This is an advanced compositing effects capability found in many vision mixing products, and TriCaster has these as well. Now, this class is not going to focus on the ME capability. That's going to be for the advanced level version of this course, but I want you to be familiar with what this term is, because it is something you'll hear from time to time. The T-bar or the fader bar is a manual control found on the control surface that allows you to interactively adjust transitions by moving the bar up or down. And CG is a term that is short for character generator. This is often used for graphics that involve text that you would display on the screen. It could be like a lower third that might be at the bottom of the screen, or even a full page graphic that will cover the entire output.